Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the VoskCoin YouTube channel. So much just crazy stuff has been going on here. So we're gonna recap a little bit of just what's been going on, and I may sound like a little bit of a conspiracy theorist in today's live stream, but please keep in mind that, I'm not trying to sound like, the man's against you and all that kind of stuff, but he is. I mean, he really is. The government, the people in power, the just billionaires, like that whole class system, right? And it's like we're down here, they're way up here. All the structures, all the systems, everything is put in place to keep us down here. It's the classic rich get richer and the poor get poorer, or simply just don't get rich. Talk about the irony of Robinhood being called the app. That should be criminal in its own right. So let's go ahead and just do a little bit of a recap, get you up to speed if you haven't been following this stuff. But let's be honest, it's unlikely you were able to escape it. So we click over here. This is wallstreetbets, and I've never seen something just blow up like this. I mean, it's insane. They every day I check now, they're going up 1 million just subscribers to their subreddit. So right here it says 4.7 million degenerates. And just wait, and this is part of today's video, like a partial topic, but just wait until these guys find out about decentralized finance, DeFi degen stuff, and everything like that. But basically, they've chosen companies to support, stocks to buy. And I saw a funny comment on Twitter. Literally, like, they said that, like, the SEC is about to ban outsider trading, because what we're dealing with is all these hedge funds and the big guys, the big players. It's literal inside trading. Did you see that? I'm blanking on the government official, but government official, she puts a bunch of buys in on Tesla, and then a couple of days later, electric vehicles, government's going to move to a full electric vehicle fleet, news breaks. What do you think that did to the Tesla stock that she bought? Absolutely insane. So let's go ahead and run it back a little bit. The center of all of this, my friends, if somehow you've been able to avoid it, which that would just be surprising, has been GameStop. It's ironic because I've heard nothing but bad things about GameStop. I personally have had bad experiences with GameStop, just kind of generally. It's all that stuff aside. Probably don't really care about my GameStop review. Is that this was at the just epicenter of all of this. This was the epicenter. Everything was focused around this, and I mean, this is a wild stock chart. I mean, this is absolutely wild. And I'm in cryptocurrency. You're hopefully a subscriber of the channel. You're probably in cryptocurrency. Okay, so these charts, I mean, these charts are a daily occurrence. We come over here and we go to CoinGecko. And I mean, it's been a little semi-stable recently, but you just come down this list. That's a product of wallstreetbets, which I'll explain here in a second. But this is another day in the life for cryptocurrency investors, right? But this is not very common for stocks, even over the last year when this has been a bit insane. So they pumped AMC all the way up to, according to Robinhood here, again, worst app ever, right? $20. They pumped GameStop up to 371. I believe it was trading higher than that at some points. Maybe I'm wrong though. Either way, you see a pullback, but they literally stopped trading. Okay, so say I want to search GameStop. They straight up took it out of the search bar. This would be like Coinbase just deleting Bitcoin because everybody bought it one day. Granted, I'm not taking a side with Coinbase for or against or whatever, but just unreal. So you're like, oh, fine. Fine, I'll just go do AMC. No, you won't. Straight up deleted from the search bar. Okay, they would have completely just removed this from their platform if they could. This stock is not supported on Robinhood. 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 How insanely mad would you be also if... What if you were the owner? You probably couldn't be too mad if you were this guy. Like, that's true. You're chilling at that point. You don't care about money. You got as much money as you could ever want. But the point is just, what if like this was really important? I mean, you're straight up crippling their success. Whether it's deserved or not. The fact of the matter is that people are flooding over here to buy the stocks that have been endorsed, promoted, hyped up on wallstreetbets, which, if you don't know, Bed Bath & Beyond, Nokia, BlackBerry, AMC, GameStop. Okay, I mean, look at that, boom, coming back. So just unreal. Spoiler, not talking about Dogecoin yet. So again, this I don't. So like this guy, he claims to be chairman of wallstreetbets. He's not. That they're not associated with WSB. I haven't dug into this guy or anything like that, but this is who everyone is jumping on to follow. He's like the Twitter leader of these wallstreetbet guys. And so let's see. Did I pull this up? Oh, you know what? We'll pause right there for a quick second. First off, I want to say thanks so much to everyone tuning in. It's always still so cool, exciting, and humbling that hundreds of you all, tune in to watch me stream. What right here is I'm going to give you a quick lesson. Okay, I'm gonna give you a lesson. This is everyone's new financial advisor. If you wanted to know what's been going on in the stock market, this young lady, she's gonna coach us up. Okay, so after this, we're gonna be big time investors, professional investors. We'll be nearly accredited. When most investors get their accreditation, they come to her. Okay, so I'm sorry. Here I'm talking over the video. So let's go ahead and get educated.
So I have been seeing a lot of people online who are like, what is going on with the stock market? Is there anyone who can explain this?
That's me. I'm like,
person terms. And so
stop.
I decided I want to do that because I own stocks, so I have a pretty good understanding of the stock market.
She's a stock investor.
And from what I understand, there are these people who they have lots of money and they
Wallstreet
have hedges around their house.
Homeowners.
And they go to the market, but it's not a real market. It's it's metaphorical, but it's
virtual
real.
Market.
Yeah. And they go, that company's not doing well, so I'm gonna make it do worse. So they they
oh my gosh.
Pull out some papers and they go, who wants to make a deal? They start making deals and they say if this company's good, if it goes down, then I get money from you, and if it goes up, then I'll give you money. But they don't tell you that it's not gonna go up. I mean, they will make it so it goes down. But then there was this online reading club that was like, oh, well.
Okay, turn it up.
Today.
I'm sorry.
We want hedge. What
I don't have
going on with the stock market? Is there anyone who can explain this in normal person terms?
We're gonna run it back and speed it up.
I decided I want to do that because I own stocks, so I have a pretty good understanding of the stock market.
She's a stock investor.
And they
virtual market.
Go to the market, but it's not a real market. It's metaphorical, but it's real. And they go, that company's not doing well, so I'm gonna make it do worse. So they pull out some papers and they go, who wants to make a deal? They start making deals and they say if this company's good, if it goes down, then I get money from you, and if it goes up, then I'll give you money. But they don't tell you that it's not gonna go up. I mean, they will make it so it goes down. But then there was this online reading club that was like, oh, well, not today. We want hedges too. And so
Why is she crying?
Went into their bank accounts, and then they also went to the market, and they were like, bye of the company, and changed it a lot. And so now the initial people, the hedges, have to give hedges, I think.
Yeah, hedges.
To the other people. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.
All right, so I just want to make sure you guys, we're on your way to get accredited. So just to be clear here, guys, that's a joke. I've never seen this girl before, but I think she makes joke videos. I didn't really know why she was like half like breaking down crying the whole time. That was just kind of weird. But I wanted you guys to get educated. And that's like a big mission of the channel here is I want you guys to be educated. So sometimes I bring on experts like Avalon Penrose here. So I'll put that down in the video description below if you guys are trying to get educated just like her. But first, a quick message from our sponsor who have sponsored all of our videos this month, mindwithcompass.com. Okay, so you can use them for co-location services. Send your miners somewhere, they'll get hosted. Or you can even buy miners direct from them. It's hard to get miners right now. They are working hard to get miners to sell you. Okay? Link out below. So, yeah, hey, thanks for the donation, Ursus. If you're suing for mental duress, I mean, that's fine, Ursus. You want me to play it again? I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, so we've talked about wallstreetbets just very briefly. I mean, it's a subreddit and they're pumping stuff. Simple as that. It's not very foreign to crypto, because crypto's just crazy and all these. I don't find it that weird, but this is so foreign to like the traditional, just financial system. Things that cryptocurrency was created to break and destroy, right? Which is just, that's beautiful. But here's the kicker, is that these guys, wallstreetbets, they are leading a retail investor army that are actively getting, they made a bunch of money, or they had that opportunity taken away from them. Okay, and just think about that. Let's see. So I've got my Doge over here. I woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning. And I haven't been sleeping well. I've been stressed out. Crypto markets got me all wired. Then stock stuff's going crazy. And I'm like, dude, what am I buying Bitcoin for? I could have bought GameStop, right? And I could have just been rich. You see that stuff everywhere. That's not actually really why I'm stressed out. But in all seriousness, I'm not sleeping well. And I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm like, why am I awake? I'm stressed out. I get a little like stressed, like pain through the side of my head. I'm mad. I'm awake. I kind of try to pay attention. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Tails is, I like when she sleeps on my hip. She sleeps in the bed with us. I love Tails. She's the best Doge. But when I was sleeping, she crawled in between my legs. And she likes to sleep like in between my legs, but I can't sleep well like that. Pushes my hips out like on this weird angle. She's super warm, so my crotch gets all hot. And it's just, long story short, eventually that woke me up. And so I'm feeling inspired by Doges, right? I mean, I've been literally awoken by the Doge. Okay? And she goes, hey, pumping Dogecoin, right? And so I come over here, and right now, I mean, I'll show you the buy. I mean, and this isn't like some crazy amount of money. Like, oh, look at me, dude. I'm like rich off Dogecoin, bro. And I've literally told, I don't think Doge is a good buy because, like, long story short, without going on a rant, it's pumped by geniuses on TikTok and now wallstreetbets. And I mean, I love Doges. Obviously, I have a Doge, Shiba Inus. They're fantastic. But, you know, Dogecoin these coins are minted and majority owned by Chinese mining farms. Who do you even know that's ever even mined Dogecoin in the last several years effectively? Okay. Simple as that. So, anyway, I had a couple market buys. This is 5, you know, like I said, I woke up 5 a.m. Before 6, I sunk these. And I knew that they were going to pump Dogecoin. You know, this same just class of retail TikTok, crypto TikTok, financial investor TikTok geniuses, they know about Doge, and they've been trying to inject that into WallStreetBets, I'm sure, the whole time. So anyway, I saw it coming, and I actually wanted to make a live stream about it, but I had a migraine yesterday. I apologize. Stressed out trying to keep up with this stuff. Anyway, I was going to go live about it today and say this is incoming, but it sucks for me. I can't beat the market, can I? So it's pumping, and then it just continues to bump. I mean, I bought it on a 60% pump, but I was like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. And so here's what made me so mad is, so I got my buy-in. I was just going to put $1,000 in, and I put $1,000 in, and I was like, 80,000 Doge. That pisses me off. So I put, what is my buy? 250. I put 250 more in to basically round it out with 100,000 Doge. And I was half paying attention to it. I saw that I was up 100%, and I was like, you know what? I've been up and down many times in this life. I've experienced a full crypto bull run. I've been to the top, my friends, and I held down. I went down towards the bottom. I've taken some fat L's, and it hurts. And so, point is, I was like, let's take some profits, you know? I'm very satisfied with this. I'm not greedy. You got to control your greed. Everybody wants to make money. When you buy this stuff, you know, you got to understand, you know, at what point is it worth it to sell? You can hold for the moon, sure, but that's not going to be me with Dogecoin. Maybe that'll be me with other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other, you know, long-term valuable cryptos. But the point being here is that I went to sell, and it was like, hey, Dogecoin trades may not execute right now. How devastating is that? What do you mean? And then it wouldn't let me cancel it. And I'm like, what? Actually, I want to address a comment right now. Here, like, we'll pause what I'm talking about for a second, and let's talk about Mini Painting Lounge. He says, if you didn't hold GME, you're an idiot. Hey, dude, you're an idiot. Okay, you don't need to come on here and call me an idiot or call anyone else an idiot. Okay, period. It's called taking profits, son. Obviously, you're new here, but the goal is, if you buy a stock or a crypto just for the point of taking profits, take your profits, man. 100% gains, fantastic. You know, you're going to end up as a bag holder, and that's too bad for you. You sound very inexperienced, and you're very rude and condescending. Okay? So if you ever want to grow up and learn, subscribe to the VoskCoin YouTube channel. We're all the best people in the world. Subscribe. And if you haven't already, well, maybe, you know, you just haven't found the channel yet. So I'm not saying that you're not great if you don't subscribe. You just click the button. So that aside, I hate that mentality, man. I mean, you know, you do you. You do you. Maybe you're just in this. You want to make a certain amount of bucks, and that's that. I don't judge people in that manner, but I'll leave it at that. Before I get too fired up, I've been getting too fired up in this live chat. You guys have been making me too fired up lately. I'm all amped up I've been drinking high caffeine, coffee lately. You guys are going wild in the chat. Take a seat, son. I like this. You're all awesome. We're almost at 1,000 live viewers right now. That's awesome. But anyway, point is, I'm sitting here. I'm stoked. I'm like, okay. I know this is stupid, but that's okay, because I talked about this in yesterday's video. Following hype it's a thing. It's a strategy. Period. And I don't disrespect that. I mean, we can invest on fundamentals, or we can invest on hype. I mean, there's very many strategies. If you think there's only one way to get where you want to go, son, you got a lot to learn. So, to finally get to my point here, I was like, yo, sweet, I'll take these profits. It wasn't going through. It was sitting there unconfirmed for like half an hour. I'm pissed. I'm getting pissed, right? I'm like, I honestly, I was so mad. The whole government's keeping me down. They're shutting down trading. It pisses me off. This needs to be addressed too. I cannot. So Robinhood, let me just bring it back before I get all too excited, right? So Robinhood, a couple years ago, opened crypto trading on their platform. I cheered. Pretty much everybody cheered. So exciting. Like, oh, look, adoption, they're coming. Huge. Super freaking huge. But I don't know about other people, but I personally, as time went on especially, was very frustrated that they never allowed users to withdraw their coins. If you buy Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin on Robinhood, you can never withdraw it. I mean, how do we even know that it's there? Not the key is not your coins. That's true. And you leave your coins on an exchange, but at least you can, take those profits out. Take those coins out on like, say you have your stuff on Coinbase or Binance or whatever, you can withdraw. And whether or not it's the right decision to leave your coins on there to make them more accessible, you still have that ability. The fact that you can't withdraw your coins from Robinhood makes it just an incredibly fake crypto trading platform. Then you take in things like PayPal, who used to just crap all over crypto. And then they're like, oh, you can buy crypto on our platform now. We love to take a fee of that. I mean, so incredibly lame. So point is that the fact that time continues to go by and they haven't added these functions makes me truly resent them. And it's a good example of them just being part of the institution against the true nature of decentralization and crypto, as opposed to just true decentralization. Okay, I mean, you take this. Dogecoin trades may not execute right now. Okay, how about Uniswap? We've talked about it 100 times lately. It's the front runner for being a decentralized exchange. I come over here, I can do whatever I want. They have some kind of they have these crappy Doge forks. I didn't think they had a wrapped Dogecoin. Let's just say I want to buy wrapped Bitcoin, which is just Bitcoin trading on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So I can come here and I literally just click connect with my account right here. I just connect it. I'm logged in with my MetaMask here. And there was no KYC, know your customer, to do any of this. We have video guides on using Uniswap and MetaMask if you're unfamiliar with these things. But MetaMask is a Chrome browser wallet. They have a mobile app too and all that. So you just set that up. And again, there's no intermediary. It's just you and the blockchain. You connect it, and then I could come over here and swap these coins, and it uses like an algorithm to make the markets, right? And then click, I can confirm this, and the only fee I pay is the gas fee. It's a transaction fee, basically to move the blockchain along. There's a simple way to put that, and that's incredible. This exchange, along with every other true decentralized exchange, they'll never say, hey, Dogecoin, Ethereum trades may not execute right now, unless there's some kind of like massive freaking problem. Okay, I can tell you also that Uniswap will let any coin be listed, for better and worse, but most importantly, freedom to do that, right? Okay, so there's that. And then you think that Uniswap will just, maybe too many people are buying buying Ethereum, right? So like, oh, this is too much. This is too much. Let's go ahead and take Ethereum off the exchange. They will never say that this crypto is not supported on Uniswap. And again, there's many other options other than Uniswap. There's aggregators like 1inch that are, trying to combine all of them and give you the best fees and rates, and, just trying to find their unique edge in the market. I'll add all these links to the video description below. All that stuff is there. But the simple fact is that this is absurd. It's insane. And for there's almost 1,000 people watching right now, which is super cool. So if you just tuned in, or if you've been watching, please hit the thumbs up. It's huge. Huge for the channel, the algorithm, stuff like that. Get this stuff in front of new people, the right people. Get them involved with cryptocurrency, the future, blockchain, decentralized tech, everything that's wonderful and beautiful about the financial revolution that this all is, to literally fix all of these problems. Okay, the simple fact of the matter is that if, and this is serve as like a bit of a recap and then just opinion piece, right? Is if everybody wants to get together on a free forum, right? That's all Reddit is, a subreddit is, anywhere, whether it's a website, on Twitter, on wallstreetbets, and they're like, hey, let's all go buy this stuff. Let's send it to the moon. Regardless of if that's, regardless of just that simple fact, right? Of if that's like right or wrong, they should be allowed to do it. It's their money, okay? If things don't work out, they're not going to be like, hey, yeah, we want our money back. No. You send your money, whatever happens, happens. You're obviously playing this game because you're interested in, 1, messing up the system, and 2, making money. That's as simple as this stuff is. It's interesting, it's exciting, it's fun. Hedge funds, these guys that short the market, right? With like, and the recap is they had like over $1 billion worth of shorts against GameStop, and they just sent them packing. Because if you don't know, real quick, so a short is like, hey, I like the animated stickers. CoinGecko, thanks for their donation, my friend. I appreciate it. They have a Doge one in there too. Shiba Inu. Bushiba. But the point here is that, if we want to short the market, right? So say the stock's $10, okay? And then we short the market, and the only way you make money, right, is you're betting against it, okay? So if you short and then it pumps and you owe the broker that stock, so say it's, the recent example was $10, you short it for $7, and then all the apes, they come and they ape in and they buy it, and it's $15, and now you got to pay back the broker, and now instead of making the money by buying at a lower rate and selling it back higher, you have to buy back at a higher rate. Not the best explanation, right? But that's the simple matter of it. And these guys said, simply F you. and have completely shaken up the market to the point that they have literally shut down these stocks. And they haven't like fully moved on to endorse and embrace Doge. This is being pumped by the people who are trying to be ahead of the curve as far as Wall Street bets go, as well as the crypto people that are in tune to all of this. And it's insane. That just that's not the account I wanted. That's not the account that I wanted either. I got too many tabs open. I meant to bring this up. A couple of people commented, a hedge fund that shorts is a shrubbery. That's why Elon is just fantastic. He's so refreshing. So let's see. Easier to find. Just go to my account. You better follow us on Twitter if you have not already. We have almost 1,000 viewers, but we don't have 1,000 thumbs up. Please smash a thumbs up for me. It's huge. Yeah. By the way, Robinhood's trash. And whether or not you like Stool Presidente, Dave Portnoy, he talks about how basically that like these people should be going to jail, and he's not talking about Wall Street Bet and all the retail investors. So down here, this tweet hits. It's 12 hours ago. Has Doge ever been to $1? Okay. that tweet hits. And let me show you this Dogecoin chart. Let me refresh this, give you the up to date. So about 2 hours ago, Dogecoin hit an all-time high, beating the previous bull run, the recent resurgence in cryptocurrency. I mean, this is insane. I mean, look at this price chart. That was the previous bull run, huge spike. Everything was booming. Also, obviously included there is Dogecoin. And just the relative positive momentum in cryptocurrency right now. I mean, this was the TikTok pump. I'd pulled that up. Okay, that's not the one I'm talking about. So we talked about this last July 9th, 2020. We made a video. TikTok pumps Dogecoin to $1. Okay, and then we look at the price chart. And this was in June, July, it pumps and it still continues to pump a little bit and then it cools off. So that was like that power. Just this increased momentum. And then all of these retail investors and as well as just crypto speculators and wallstreetbets, just largely that tweet like set the fire. It has hit a new all-time high. That's insane. You do understand that right now the Dogecoin market cap, that's not $1 million, my friends. That's $2 billion, which is incredibly overvalued. But it's crazy, right? And let's just put that into perspective. They just pumped, or by relatively influence, pumped, and we'll round down. We'll say $1 billion, and we'll just say to 2 billion, which is a bit more than this. So you could take any cryptocurrency, basically any top 50 cryptocurrency up to, so 25, like basically, I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but we'll say the 25 to 50 top cryptocurrencies when ranked by CoinMarketCap. If that account tweeted, it could arguably double it, especially once these people flow into cryptocurrency, once they have a Coinbase set up, a Gemini account set up. Wait, oh my! If they get on Binance with a VPN and they get in like that crap coin casino, that's insane. So I just saw a comment come through regarding buying Doge, right? And so you can still buy Dogecoin on Robinhood, but your trade may not go through immediately. It may get held, and you may end up with some really bad stuff. And this is what happened to me. It took over 30 minutes for my sell to go through, and luckily, for my situation, is that it did go through and it was filled at this amount. So, I was fortunate, had a funny, random, ridiculous, big win, not big win, but, win here. So just a clarification, I'm not saying that Doge is on Robinhood, and I don't even want Doge to pump. I want good cryptocurrencies to pump. Have these people pile into Ethereum, okay? Pile into Ethereum, and then take a step into the world of DeFi. Okay, now that's exciting. But anyway, it just is a disclaimer. If you're just tuning in or you don't know this, I just want to put this one out here on the line, is just that it is incredibly risky to use Robinhood, period, at this point. I am personally taking my money out of Robinhood. I'm deleting it. Robinhood is absolute trash, period. I viewed Robinhood. I wanted to support them because they supported cryptocurrency. Now I want to watch them burn. They are clearly, it's ironic. Robinhood positioned themselves as basically an app for retail investors. They didn't build the platform or market the platform around big investors, right? Accredited investors, professionals, Wall Street, and hedge funds, right? They positioned it around the little guys. I think I'm a little guy. You might be a little guy. We're just little guys trying to make little trades, make a little money, right? That's fine. Want to invest in some companies I like. Want to invest in some other things that I think are just going to make money. They go up and I can dump it. So it's honestly disgusting that Robinhood is built around retail investors, but they're literally against retail investors. And it shows that they are just a big fish looking to profit off the little fish. Proof is in the pudding. Shutting down GME, GameStop stock, AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, as well as Bed Bath & Beyond, and now Dogecoin is crumbling. Okay, I'm pretty sure they can handle the volume. They've been making a killing over the last year because the stock market has been incredibly volatile and investments in there have just been a bit insane, especially you look at the stock market historically. Okay, and how it is just so disgusting that there's this, basically the retail investors, they're making huge waves. They're shoving it to the big guys. And what do? They buckle. They buckle because it shows who they're aligned with. It shows who lines their pockets. And it shows that, they say, fee-free trading. That ain't the case. You're paying with your potential profits here. So, if any decisions they make negatively impact their customers, if their system messes up, it freezes, especially in this kind of situation, then they owe those investors, in my opinion, they should give them the top because they didn't give them the ability to sell where they may have wanted to sell. And that's, just ridiculous. And it's as simple as that. If you use Robinhood after the display today, to use the words of that genius in the comments earlier, kind of an idiot. It's a trash app. Absolute trash app. Also, thanks so much for the donation and super chat, Seth. Super cool that you were able to get the Uniswap airdrop. Getting 400 uni then was freaking awesome. And 400 uni now, I mean, that's like, what, almost that's like $5,000. That's awesome. Early adopters, early users in cryptocurrency, you guys deserve it. If you're in crypto right now, you deserve it. Simple as that. So, I see a comment, and that's something I wanted to address in this video. Blasphemous atheist says that Webull is better, and I'm not trying to crap on you, man, by any means. But if you keep spamming the chat, I might. So let's talk about Webull. Okay, so here it is. Webull, an hour ago. Dear valued client, please note that we will no longer allow clients to open new positions in the following 3 stocks: AMC, GME, KOSS. Due to the extreme volatility in the symbols, our clearing firm will no longer be able to support clearance on these symbols. As a result, Webull is forced to set all transactions in these symbols to liquidate only. So, they're all one and the same. It's you keep looking for not you necessarily, but people keep looking for the old system to stop being corrupt. It's not gonna not be corrupt. Okay, it's ruined. It's tainted. We need a new system. We have to rebuild. To be honest, we need to destroy the old system. And to be clear on YouTube policies, I'm not inciting violence or hate speech or anything like that. I simply mean destroy by voting with your use. Okay? So we would destroy, say, stockbrokers by building decentralized stockbrokers. Synthetic stocks traded on top of the blockchain. Things that are traded 24/7, 365, not Wall Street hours. Yeah. Things that no one can stop the trading of. If people want to trade it, they trade it. The end. That's called freedom. Remember the whole land of the free they said America was? Sure it is. Ridiculous. So yeah, if you're looking at Webull for an alternative to Robinhood, it's going to be a little bit better. But don't think that Webull is some hero. Okay, so we go ahead and what's the other? There's one other not accredited, interactive brokers. Okay, so right now we already talked about Robinhood, but interactive brokers, they're also ending trading for WallStreetBet stocks. And speculation aside, that's another thing to keep in mind is that maybe they were rated the best online broker for 2020, but here's my vote for 2021 is that if that's the case, they're trash too. But again, if you keep looking at old systems thinking that they're going to change, they're only going to change when they have to. They're only going to decentralize when we start decentralizing things, and that's the only way that they can compete. It's, innovate, be creative, and just hope that the governments of the world don't try to make a bunch of ridiculous laws to continue to just keep us down. I want the investment opportunities. Simple as that. If I want to buy something, I want the opportunity. If I lose on that investment, fine. I personally understand the risk, and I'm not going to cry and think that anyone should bail me out. But the fact that you keep me from doing things that I may want to do, ridiculous. So, I joke a lot, but this is actually very serious stuff, and it's a huge contributing factor to my personal interest in cryptocurrency. But let's take a brief moment to talk about a service that is much better than Robinhood and Webull because, hey, they support cryptocurrency, right? PrimeXBT, they claim to be the #1 Bitcoin platform for trading. They have 50 plus markets. They say, I've seen it, you can do it. You can trade cryptocurrencies, stock and indexes, and or indices. You can trade commodities, Forex. You can do all of that on. Wow, can this stop changing so fast? God, there they go again. Okay, you can invite your friends. You have some friends, get them on board. Everyone's got a referral program these days, right? Robinhood said, come join, get a free stock. Webull gives you free stocks too. Everyone's just giving out these free stocks because guess what? Stocks are pretty manipulated. That's part of the reason why. And then obviously just a simple marketing budget. They also have co-vesting. Co-vesting allows you to automatically copy top performing traders and achieve the same returns, which is super cool. We did a video about that. So basically, and don't misunderstand. You don't even get all of it. You get a majority. So say 60, you'd get 60% of the profits, and 40% would go between that trader and the platform, right? So that's cool stuff. If you want to be lazy, but keep in mind, nothing beats learning things yourself, making your own trades. But maybe you just want to throw some money at the wall. You're like, hey, you know what? He's #1 rated trader because they do have a ranking system. And with that, you can go ahead and be like, click, click. I will copy those trades. I hope this works out. And if you do that, I hope that works out for you. So if PrimeXBT seems interesting to you, we've got the link out to their exchange in the video description below. And for an upcoming live stream, we're going to be giving away, I haven't finalized all the numbers, but it's probably something like $1,000 with basically with them on the live stream. So it's going to be a fun, exciting live giveaway. You guys can check that out when that happens. Basically, we're closing in on 200,000 subscribers here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, which is super freaking cool and exciting. I couldn't be any more excited for that. And so, bit of a spoiler, we are going to have a huge live stream. Okay, I'm going to refine my live stream presentation. I'm going to try to be better, more entertaining, more funny, but also just set the stream up a little bit better. I'm finally going to set up the stream deck thing I have and just make it a little bit more fun and interactive with you guys. There's going to be live giveaways on screen, fun ways to participate, launching a couple of things, thousands of dollars of coins, crypto coins to get. I mean, we're talking Bitcoin, we're talking altcoins, all that stuff's going to be cool and exciting. We're also going to give away some merch, things like shirts, other gear, maybe from us, maybe also from some other projects. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be very cool and exciting. I'm really excited for it. One of the recent feedbacks we got on the channel is, hey, VoskCoin, why don't you do more giveaways and stuff like that? Okay, 200,000 subscribers seems like an awesome time to celebrate with some things like that, especially since the momentum is so high. We're hitting all-time high metrics. It's exciting. I mean, over 1,000 of you guys right now are watching the stream, which is super freaking cool, and that would have been absolutely impossible for me to do at this time last year unless I was doing something crazy, which, I mean, I'm not. So let's if you guys have questions, throw them at me in the throw all the questions at me in the comments. Happy to go through them, read them. That's the gist of like the main meat I have to cover in today's video. But I'm happy to hang out with you guys here, rant about whatever you want, answer questions. If you have suggestions for the 200,000 subscriber live stream, please let me know, and I'll try to make those things happen. So just since we started the stream, they have gone up, just based off a rounded number, 0.1 million, so 100,000 degenerates subscribing to their subreddit. It's insane. So I don't know what's going to happen with wallstreetbets. They're not going away. They're not going away by any means. So kind of what they do and where they go is going to be, crazy, because and I think it will happen absolutely, is that these guys will all roll over into cryptocurrency. And again, we look at that market cap. I mean, they're over here pumping $1 billion projects. That's wild. $1 billion. So, I mean, just think what they could do to a smaller cap. Again, one of the smaller caps we've been talking about recently. And full disclaimer here, I bought some because I think it's cool. They never paid me. None of that stuff. But so we look at this 300 million market cap, right? And you're like, oh, it's up 155% in the last 2 weeks. I'm definitely not buying right now. But if you bought this at any of the previous times we talked about it, you'd be up at least double. So just let that sink in. But my point is if like these guys, if these guys come over here and they pick, it doesn't have to be this one, but a project like this, they see a lower price point buy-in, they see a lower market cap, they see that it's very easy to buy on the Ethereum blockchain thanks to decentralized exchanges, DeFi, and all that. I mean, that's so freaking wild. Raymond Holt, thanks so much for the donation, man. I appreciate it. And I like the the pair sticker. That's a good one. Getting the fitness on. The legend, thanks for spamming the chat, man. I shouldn't even reply because I hate when people spam the chat. You can ask it one time and I'll try to keep up. But anyway, can we still get airdrop round 9? Yes, so I believe you're talking about Gitcoin and their grants. So the next grant round is going to be March 10th. We're going to be launching grants in that round. We're obviously going to, we would appreciate your support there. Everyone who donated $1 to our last grant or more, they received a recent airdrop that was then worth $1,000, now worth like $1,400. That stuff's not guaranteed. There's other airdrops that are still in the works that will currently be valued maybe around $100 or more. Obviously, potentially less, but the simple point is that so much exciting stuff is happening, and if you're not playing the game, you can't win. So really, it's actually just the simple fact of getting your wallet address out there, interacting with different platforms, and people are winning big. People are winning big. It's crazy. I mean, it's unreal. It's like unprecedented. People thought the Uniswap airdrop was crazy, which it was, and then it just kind of kept going. So yeah. So let me know. Let me know any questions you guys have, and I can go through all of those and answer those with you. I'll add a link to the video description below regarding PrimeXBT. That is a good point. I should have mentioned that. It's not available for U.S. citizens, but hey, I won't stop you from using a VPN to hide where you are located. Just quick hint here is that Opera, a free browser, has a free VPN built in, and you can be like, hey, I'm from Europe. Actually, I'm from Asia now. So yeah. So everyone, please hit me with your questions. People in here are buying Doge. To be honest, I think Doge, with all this hype and momentum, I think it'll probably continue to go back up, set new all-time highs. It's crazy. Huge following, just remaining and staying popular. But personally, I don't own any Doge. I showed you the little bit of Doge I bought earlier, and then I sold that. There's gonna be better. I think there's better buying opportunities, and a big thing to pay attention to is gonna be market caps. I mean, you think these projects that are have a market cap in the millions versus market cap in the billions, like the bigger upside's not potentially there. So simple question here. What is an airdrop? An airdrop is basically when you become eligible for free coins. You get free coins, say like if you traded on Uniswap and you were then an early adopter, supporter, user, right? Then they decided to airdrop their tokens, which they were actually forced into doing thanks to SushiSwap, basically doing a vampire attack and sucking out their liquidity. But that's like, I'd say it's almost intermediate level decentralized finance information. Point being, you use something and then someone will give you free coins in exchange for that. So whether you use that platform and then they launch their own token and they give you some of those tokens for free. Or you use another platform that's popular, like, what's it called? Like if you had donated on Gitcoin in the grants round, then you became eligible. It was pre-announced. I shouldn't say pre-announced, but it was announced that if you donated in the Gitcoin grants round 8, that you'd become eligible and thus receive the Badger token airdrop when that was completed and ready to go. But that's also, they can scour the blockchain and see that list, and from there, SDT, StakeDAO, launched their token, and they airdropped it to also Gitcoin grant round 8 donors. And that's where the recent, 0.8 Ethereum, almost $1,000 free airdrop giveaway came from. And so it was largely people who had just participated because they wanted to, or support, or they wanted the Badger airdrop, unknowingly had become eligible for the SDT airdrop, which ironically was incredibly valuable and was much more than any donation we received. So it's a huge win for really everybody. So you're supporting projects you may know, love, or like on Gitcoin, and they also have their matching metric. So donating $1 on there is really like the project may get like $5 worth of donation. So it's a huge win for the project. You're supporting something. Then ironically, you get rewarded with like $1,000 worth of Ethereum. Super, super cool stuff. That's a good point from the chat right there. ELT tokens were airdropped. So I'm going to probably cover that here on the channel soon. I won't pull all that stuff here in today's video. But you're eligible for that. I ran the numbers. Last time I checked, it's basically like a $30, $20 airdrop as far as the coins go. With gas fees, that's not like, super lucrative. So for me personally, I just collected it, and I'm just going to sit on those coins and kind of evaluate the platform and go from there. Simply put, it looks just like a straight up Uniswap clone, which we already have plenty of those. So, they really need to do something interesting to really differentiate themselves on that. DAOs, airdrops, liquidity farms, staking. What? Yeah, I'm kind of talking about, I guess you could say, intermediate level stuff when it comes to cryptocurrency. If these things are foreign to you, definitely stick around the channel and stay along for the journey, and I try to break down everything in the most simple manners that I can. Most importantly, I really appreciate everyone tuning in. It's super cool We have 1,000 viewers right now. We've been maintained at a like viewership of 1,000. So incredible, awesome. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate your support, and even just simply clicking on the video and watching it. That is just huge support. And then if you can just take the time to smash the thumbs up and leave a comment or participate in the chat, that's huge. Because one, it's fun, it's exciting, it's huge for that like algo, and just I'm trying to make VoskCoin bigger and better, and I can't do that obviously without your support and help. And if I live stream to just myself, that'd be a little bit weird now, wouldn't it? So, um, so yeah. Just to, I know a lot of new people have recently tuned in. So I just want to do a quick recap. If you've been on the stream, don't tune out. I still got some more fun stuff, exciting to talk about. And I'm here to answer your questions. But basically, wallstreetbets subreddit, they decided they wanted to pump some stocks. Everybody buy in, and they all would get rich and short the bankers, right? And short the hedge funds. And from there, they skyrocketed GameStop. They skyrocketed AMC. They pumped BlackBerry. They sent Nokia. Who is Nokia? Didn't they make phones like 20 years ago? And then Bed Bath & Beyond. They sent them all up to the moon, to the point that these fake stockbrokers like Robinhood that literally market themselves to retail investors are now just shoving it in the face of retail investors that, hey, screw you guys. Screw you guys. So, with that, people are pulling back big time. wallstreetbets continues to pump stuff. They tweeted about Doge. They single-handedly sent Doge up to the moon. Dogecoin has hit a new all-time high over the last couple hours, and it's rebounded. Is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. The trades may not execute. I absolutely do not recommend that you use Robinhood's exchange. They're not supporting the little guys. They're trying to protect themselves. I'm seeing a lot of these comments. Like Daniel says, screw Robinhood. He's going to Webull. And so let's talk about that again. Webull. Okay, they are not letting their clients trade AMC, GME, and KOSS due to extreme volatility. Okay, so don't think that these guys are also your friend. They're all in the same camp together, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I think we're going to see a huge pump resurgence. People will move from stocks to crypto because it's insane. All these people, once they find some sites like this, they're like, what? There's all these, cryptocurrency stocks I can buy, and they're traded all the time. Look at that Doge chart. And once they realize there's all of these with huge volume, let's rank it by volume, okay? Good old Tether. We look at this chart. Dogecoin number up there, number 4 when ranked by volume. 3rd cryptocurrency, because I don't really consider USDT a real currency. This stuff is insane. You see all this just wild volume, and some projects do some insane volume, like Ethereum Classic, with not the highest market cap. Not an endorsement for Ethereum Classic by any means. But once they realize that there's this way cooler, way better crypto stock market that you can trade 24/7, 365, and nobody's going to stop you, and the good exchanges won't even have an ability to be like, hey, we gotta turn this off. We gotta turn the trading off. It's done too much. That's not a thing here, my friends. If you're into stocks and you're watching this video and you're not into cryptocurrency, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and jump on for this crazy journey, because I will take you where you want to go, which that is a true free market where you can risk your money to your heart's content. You can get in here, you can go big, and you can win big, or you can lose it all. And that's the exciting part. It's just simply the ability to play the game. Okay? So I firmly believe that we are not done. We are not done at all. That the Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto market bull run is just getting warmed up. I believe that. If you compare this to the previous bull run, if you were fortunate enough to be here during that, which fortunately I kind of fell into crypto and was, is that I would compare this to maybe like middle 2017, which means that we still realistically have like a year of crazy cryptoness to go. But largely, we have an incoming 6 months where things will just be ridiculous. I'm talking mega epic, 10x, 20x, 100x pumps. And I'm talking like massive dumps too, unlike things you've ever seen before. Because these projects will go to valuations that are ridiculous. They will outvalue traditional companies that do so much more and have been around for so much longer and have so much more value. But speculators will just, pump it, pump it, pump it. What do you think is going to happen if they bring 4.8 million, not just retail cryptocurrency investors, my friends? Okay, let's see if that number went up. It was 4.79. We'll hit the refresh, and now it's at 4.821. Look at that rapid rising. It's nuts. So what do you think is going to happen when these guys come to crypto? It's a matter of time, okay? All I'm saying is like I am getting out of my cash positions, not financial advice. You do whatever you want to do, but I'm getting, not that I have like big cash positions, but I'm obviously I'm big into crypto. I love crypto, and I keep my crypto here, and I explain the transparency for what I have and what I don't have and why. I'm never here to pump and dump stuff on you guys, and to be honest, I don't even have the abilities. WallstreetBets has the abilities though, so keep that in mind. So point being is that what a beautiful time to try to have the right cryptocurrencies. And this is personally changing my mindset. My man, Blood Duck, thanks for the donation and I appreciate the coffee. I just got some new high caffeine K-Cups in this morning. I know some people don't like that I drink K-Cups. I like the simplicity of it. But back to the topic. So one thing I'm thinking about, and look, I'm no professional. And before I answer this, let me answer a question from the comments because, DA is getting a little upset. DA, the grant website, if you've been following the channel a little closer, you would know is Gitcoin. Gitcoin grants. Okay? Check it out. Super freaking awesome. I invite you to participate in the next grant round. Middle of March. Blood Duck, you're spoiling me, man. Thank you. So this is changing my mentality here and my viewpoint in a sense because this isn't like, oh, where are the institutions going to invest next? Because that's Ethereum in my opinion, other than Bitcoin. Gary Shilbert, they're exploring adding decentralized finance, DeFi, coins and protocol-based crypto projects to their fund. Okay, that dude is the master of like institutional pumps. So keep that in mind. But my point here is that this WallStreetBets retail investor want to trade stuff and there's no one in there that can tell you no. Okay, these guys they're feeling like teenagers. They just got a couple bucks, but they got grounded. They can't even go out and spend it, and they are pissed. They are pissed, and they're gonna sneak out the house tonight. And you know where they're gonna go? They're going to the Bitcoin party, my friends. The Ethereum get together, the crypto friends giving. Okay. I don't know if that was kind of corny, but that's the best thing I could come up with live on the spot. I don't script a thing on the channel, except maybe like a corny intro here and there, and you can tell when it's scripted. And even then, I probably just freestyle it. I was going to say something with a B, and that wouldn't really be right for YouTube because you can just get shut down for saying basically anything. So, back to your room, Timmy. So what do you think is going to happen, man? Ladies, 5% viewership on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, if you cared to know. These people are going to come to crypto in a big way, and they're going to go on the easy to join sites. The things like the Coinbase, the Gemini, the Crypto.com apps, all that kind of stuff. They're going to get in there. They're going to get with it. And they're going to be buying the easy to access coins. And any coins on there, they could be pumped. If they're memeable, these guys so far have shown an appeal to like meme stocks, dying things. Oh, we don't want them to die. Pump it. Oh, look at that old dead project. Pump it. So just, keep that in mind, that if you try to logically, if you use like fundamental analysis for like, this is the best project, right? Because they're doing this amazing thing, and they have this incredible tech, and they have all these, huge people associated. Maybe they have millions and millions in funding. That may not matter if you're looking at it from where are all these guys going to go. Where are they most likely to go? It's Dogecoin. Okay, but it's not going to stop there. Could look at Bitcoin, new money. I shouldn't say it's not new money, but it's like decentralized, scarce money, has a supply cap, fight the inflation. It's a way to fight the government that they are growing a massive disdain towards. This is incredibly relevant for Americans because it's ironic that we're the land of the free and we have more restrictions than anything else. Yet, all the accredited investors can do whatever they want. It's to be honest, I find it very frustrating. You work so hard to try to do better, increase your status, make money. You realize you could work all year, basic job, and if you're a little good boy, right? You work your little job, you do your little 9 to 5, and then you put your money in your savings account and you buy a house because that's what they said you should do. You gotta buy the house, man. You gotta buy the house. You gotta save your money. Okay, so you make that 40 G's and then you buy a house. Boom. Oh, well, okay. So let's pause it there. So you buy the house, or excuse me, you make 40 G's. Boom. Quarter that's gone. Lovely taxes. Now you got 30 grand. Half your income goes to, will probably end up going to your house. Okay, well, now you've got 15 grand. Then you spend a large part of that on just living, eating, all the random taxes. Like, oh, you got a car, we got to tax you for that. Oh, remember that house you're supposed to buy for, it's a good investment, right? Got to tax you for that. Oh, you want to drive that car that we already taxed you on when you bought it, and then we also tax you annually, most likely. I got a call. Sorry, I gotta mute that. Man, I felt like I was feeling myself right there. Ruined it. But they tax you at every single turn. They tax you on the car buy. They tax you annually on the car, and then like, hey, you need a state inspection, tax. Boom! It just goes up and up and up, and then you have this little pile of money. Hey, little guy, you got your little pile of money you work so hard for, and what do you do? What do? You're a little good boy. Put it in your savings account. Get that 0.5% annual, man. You deserve it. You deserve that $20 a year. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. Like, spend your whole life doing what you're supposed to do. Never get where you want to go. It pisses me off. These are things I've realized. Some people... phone interrupted me. Should have stayed with Nokia. So, it blows my mind that if you do like what you're supposed to do, you'll never get where you really probably want to go. You'll never have anything you want. And I don't want a yacht or any kind of stupid stuff. I don't even like Lambos. I'm a huge car guy and I hate supercars. Another day, another day, another topic on that, I guess. But, I want financial freedom. I don't want to worry about bills. I want to buy what I want when I want, period. I want to live within my means. I want to live humbly in a sense. I don't want to buy an expensive watch to be like, look at my expensive watch. I don't even wear a watch. Look at my arms. I have an Apple Watch because, in my previous job, especially the heads up navigation was huge because I was doing basically rapid response things sometimes. But, it's just crazy that they take away the opportunities. You do everything you're allowed to do, and you are just on the slowest paced path. You pay into Social Security. It's a pyramid scheme. It's ridiculous. It's not even an option. Why don't I have an option? Why can't I choose to pay into? Why can't I choose to fund the programs I want to fund? Maybe I think that some things are grossly ridiculous because they are. Maybe, just like the way the government decides how much they should tax me, maybe I should actually be the one that decides their salaries. And let me tell you, it'd be a pay cut. And not to get all political on a bunch of stuff, but there's plenty of programs that we have that I don't support. Why do I have to fund those? It's like, oh, well, they know more than you. They're professionals. They this and that. Altruistic, or not altruistic, utilitarian for the greater good. No, absolutely not. How come you can tell me what to do, but I can't tell you what to do? It enforces that we are just the little sheep, the little peasants, the little rat in the maze. And it sucks. And to be honest, it kind of sucks. But it is what it is. And all we can do is do the best we can with the tools at our disposal. And the most valuable tool, in my opinion, at your disposal, as far as, the financial aspect of all of this, is cryptocurrency. Think about that. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't tried to shut it down. And it's this exact mindset I have that was less developed previously, is that I shied away from cryptocurrency. I remember learning about Bitcoin it was like 8 years ago now. I specifically remember. And I was like, that's really cool. But there's no way the government lets that fly. No way. No way. I didn't have much money then. And I was like, I can't just piss this away buying this Bitcoin thing that I think is super cool, but there's just no way it works out. The irony is that with that little bit of money I had then, I would be very wealthy now if that's where I had put it. But where did I leave my money? I wasted some of it on a car. And then I wasted some more of it on car mods. That was a bad investment. I still do those bad investments. And we all have our problems, right? And what I did is what you're supposed to do. I left the rest of it in my savings account. I remember I made an indirect account because they had the best savings rate. Went out of my way to do this online only bank account. It didn't have a brick and mortar location. That was weird then, right? I can't just go to a physical location and get my money. Well, joke's on you. They don't even carry all the money reserves if everyone went to go and withdraw that anyway. But I put my money in there and I made 1%, 2%, 3%. Woo. If I'd bought Bitcoin, I'd be up thousands of percents. And, it just really comes back to just kind of being misguided. And, some people say it's like, you're woke now, And you could look at it like that, and it's not untrue. But it's just kind of like, what do you do to liberate yourself? I mean, do you really think you're going to overthrow the government? And to be clear, YouTube, I'm not saying to do that. I'm not going to overthrow the government. I don't have the power. I don't have the ability, period. I'm more likely to just get assassinated by one of these crypto projects I slam here that had $1 million in funding. But I'll let you know, I'm not going down without a fight. And But I mean, really the best thing, I say this not even as advice to you, but even just my personal advice that I give myself that I want to share with you is I focus on how can I make an impact in this world, do something positive. And that's a big mission part of the channel. So I want to create value. I want to, talk about cryptocurrency, create guides, reviews, tutorials, share it with you all. And, and that's incredible. I'm fortunate that I can also make money doing this, pay my bills, and buy the couple things I want, and fund ridiculous projects like the solar mining farm we're going to build, which really kind of falls all in line with this whole agenda of like decoupling ourselves from the system. I don't want to owe anything to an electric company. I'd rather just buy these panels, make my own electricity. It's been like that my whole life. That's how all of my previous businesses have ever been started, is I was like, you know what? I don't like that. I'm going to make my own. I'm going to make my own version. And, but anyway, before I get off topic, before I get too far off topic, is the point I'm trying to make here is I just try to better myself, become, to learn every day. I ask myself, how can I be better tomorrow than I was today? How I want to learn new things. I want to try new things. I want to, do well. I want to make a good product. I want to leave my mark and my little tiny stamp on history. And whether that's, just here in cryptocurrency, and say, I'm stressed out, say I go, I'm not trying to be dramatic here, looking for sympathy or anything like that, but let's say, I go into cardiac arrest, I have a stroke and I die tomorrow. Sucks. Sucks for me. I want to at least leave some kind of little mini legacy of like, oh yeah, I remember that boss dude, he was cool. Too bad he died. I mean, that's part of my mission and what I want to do. But again, I maybe I'm even getting off topic. Is just my big goal here, when it comes to like working and making money, is I just want to build my own bubble. The sad truth is, and this sounds negative, I won't be able to save the world. The best I can do is try to save some people or influence them just simply in a positive way. Pick someone up when they're down, because it's rough when you're down and there's no one there to pick you up. Okay, so and that's a mindset that I would like our community to carry too, is how can you help the community? You participate in our Discord chat. You help the other members. You don't crap on them. If you make a good trade, awesome. But don't think you're the man just because you made one good trade now and like rub it in people's faces. It's fine to share what you did and what you made. That's cool. But if you act like you're better than someone just because you bought some stupid stock off of a subreddit and everyone else also bought that stock, but you threw a lot of money at it and happened to sell at a good time and now you think you're the man, that ain't the case. Okay? And if how cool you are is defined by the money you make, newsflash, bruh, you ain't that cool. Okay? So we'll just leave that here as a note as well. You're also not that cool if you don't hit subscribe on the channel. Yeah, and that's a good comment, Sophie. I appreciate the compliment, but you're absolutely right. Tails is way cooler than me. She's the best, no doubt about it. Sometimes you gotta admit defeat. I always set out to be number one, but I can understand when I'm outgunned too. Tails is cooler than me. I would never be cooler than Tails. Done. That's a simple fact. I don't know how much huff that is, but I appreciate the donation. Appreciate my first video is my legacy here. Started gaining followers. I appreciate you, Saint Dog, and I appreciate the donation there. And man, it's funny looking back. It's funny looking back on the early stuff. Just kind of hit the ground running with crypto and YouTube, and just kind of been trying to make the best stuff I can over time. And just keep it going, keep improving. But wow, was I a total noob back then. I like laugh and get embarrassed looking at my old videos. But hey. So that's a top thing. One of the top comments we get is Tails needs a dedicated channel. Would you guys actually watch that? Because I love Tails. I would love for her to have her own channel. But I don't want to put a bunch of effort behind this if, to just, upload the videos and refine them a little bit. I've got tons of videos. I mean, I take videos of tails all the time. One, because I love her. Two, because we started doing 10 seconds of tails, which just encouraged me to record her a bit more. But whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and just round out the stream, the information that we talked about today for all of the new users here. And then with that, I'm going to close out the stream. So I want you to go ahead and drop all of the comments that you guys have here in the live chat, and I'll answer some of those before I sign off. But yeah, basically, last call of the next couple minutes. We're going to be rounding this thing out. I used to have a Doge cam during my live streams. I can bring that back. But Tails always hangs out with Miss Vosk in her office now, not mine. And to be honest, it kills me inside. Freaking kills me inside. So let's run it back real quick. Everyone who didn't see this earlier in the video. Okay, so GameStop, GME, boomed, right? Why? wallstreetbets, subreddit, which I refreshed this a couple times in the stream. Let me just show you how fast this is growing, okay? 4.821 million degenerates on there. Little refresh. Do refresh. You know, look at the haircut. Refresh for the boys, right? 4.821, 4.848. That is rapid growth. Just, you know, maybe like 15, 20 minutes ago on this stream. They are so focused on numerous things right now. Like their outrage is being directed at Robinhood. They say that they're preparing a class action lawsuit. Then let's see. Robinhood absolutely should not be stopping trading of GameStop market mechanisms to include the reality that some people will attempt to game the market mechanisms, and some will pay the price. Restricting who can buy and sell is using a hammer on free markets. And, you know, it's absolutely true. It's not a free market if you just make the rules up as you go and however they suit you. Simple as that. Let's see this one of us. Okay. So we've got y'all are a bunch. So obviously just a lot of Robinhood hate. Not to hit the sheep mentality myself. By the way, Interactive Brokers, they have shut down trading on some of those stocks, so they are not your friend either. As well as Webull, who have hit us up numerous times for us to work with them as an affiliate to basically, you know, promote stock and crypto trading on their platform. I was really excited to reach out to them, to follow up with them regarding this Robinhood stuff. And you know what I was saying? I was like, hey, let's work together. Only to find out that they went ahead and turned around and had betrayed the little guy. Freaking sad. So let's see. Coinbase is trending. Robinhood's going to Coinbase us. I'm not up to date on why Coinbase is trending. I wasn't previously researched. Sorry, a bit of a lapse in just the presentation stream. Better than that. Obviously, Dogecoin has been trending like crazy. Oh, yeah, and the reason I'm over here. There I go. I just like fell into like average Twitter usage there. I apologize. But yeah, just throwing my 2 cents that Robinhood is trash. Getting my money off of there and never using that app again. Ooh, that's good, Gerso. That's good. This really sums it up. Let the people trade. In light of current market volatility, we are restricting transactions for certain securities to position closing only, including AMC and GME. Wow. Okay, so, but again, recap real quick. wallstreetbets forum, bunch of degens got together and they said, let's pump it, boys. You know, whatever, fine. Play the game. You win, you lose, you lose. You're playing, have fun. Make some money or lose. It's gambling. That's all it is. And that's fine. AMC, they picked that one, pumped it. BlackBerry picked that one, pumped it. Nokia, they pumped and they dumped it. Bed Bath & Beyond, they pumped it and it's dumping. But what does this say here on Robinhood? This stock is not supported on Robinhood. This stock is not supported on Robinhood. This stock is not supported. This stock is not supported on Robinhood. Okay? Unavailable. Dogecoin trades may not execute right now. Okay, so quick recap for anyone who did not see this earlier, but basically, Tails woke me up 5 a.m. I like when she sleeps on my hip. It's more comfortable. She went in between my legs and curled up. I was sleeping this whole time. I wake up, my crotch is hot. I'm uncomfortable. I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna wake up. So I was literally awoken by the Doge, the Dogiest of the Doge coins, right? And then I see, and I wanted to make a video about this today. I thought that I was gonna be ahead of the curve, but things move so fast. But I wanted to talk about how Wall Street bets, this whole movement, this group, are so incredibly likely to move to Dogecoin. And sure enough, I can't beat them in time frame. I can't keep up with this crazy fast time frame. Their account tweets, one of them, has Doge ever been to $1? Okay, and you best believe it started pumping after that. And I was like, whatever. This has been ridiculous. It's early. It's early on the East Coast, so I'm beating pretty much all of America, not Europe. So I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I threw $1,000 at it. And then I had 80,000 Doge, and that pissed me off. I didn't like that number. So I put $250 more in. So this isn't, I'm not like some throwing huge money bags at it, but a nice little chunk of change as far as I'm concerned. But that brought me up to 100,000 Doge. And then I was up 100%. Probably about right there. I can't put the circle on it, but like right there. And I was like, you know what? I've seen a lot of things in my crypto journey. I'm going to take some profits, Quick 2x. That's exciting. I'm in. I'll take it. And so you can see my buy-in, and you can see when I hit my sell here. And it didn't take it. I hit the initially. I tried to sell like 4 times, and it finally confirmed it on the 4th one. But then the sale didn't go through. And then I was like, Robinhood problem or just Doge problem? So I went and I sold some other stocks. They cleared immediately. Surprise. So we come over here, hit the quick refresh. And you can see that my market sale actually did go through. You can see this is when I placed the order, but it did not update for at least 30 minutes. And let's see. Scheduled maintenance, huh? They scheduled maintenance. How dumb do you think I am? Anyway, so I was pissed because I almost sold the top. Close enough. And I wanted to take my profits. And then and it wouldn't go through. And it's just like, that's ridiculous because their platform is still functioning properly. They're just not, letting me participate in that manner. And, so now, like the buys, many people's buys aren't going through, and they're very likely to just stop buying or, buys here soon, just like they did with these stocks. Are they just gonna halt everything? It's ridiculous. And I see a lot of questions. So I'll address that regarding this. I threw some money in there to buy some Doge. I thought I was going to be on the kind of beginning of the pump, and I sold what I believe to be the recent pump or top. So I dumped. I'm not financial advice. I'm not endorsing pump and dumps or anything like that. I'm just just being honest and transparent when it comes to this stuff. Like, is that so much to ask that we're able to just be honest with what we're doing, government? It's like literally the opposite of insider trading. And I saw a funny joke that they're about to ban outsider trading. Only the big guys can do their insider trading now. But yeah, look, if you're a little newbie, go ahead and buy up all the Dogecoin you want. You may ride it up, and you could do, maybe you will. A lot of questions. Should you buy Doge, HODL, or people giving me crap about selling? Hey, bro, I've been through a whole market cycle. I don't know if you have, but I've seen the top. I've seen the bottom. Um, and, I take profits whenever I want to. And Dogecoin is manufactured by Chinese mining farms. Okay? They have the biggest shares. When people pump Dogecoin, you make China mining farms rich. Period. You make a quick buck yourself, but you make the China mining farms, rich. Period. And that's really there's numerous reasons, but that's like the main reason why I'll never be big behind Doge. And I would love for Doge to be awesome. To be honest, I would love if Doge was like my cryptocurrency and I could lead it with tails and do it proper. But hey, who knows? Maybe one day, someday. But my point is that I have a good basic understanding of cryptocurrency, mining, the blockchain, the production, how this all works. So you're like, there's a lot of people over here buying meme stocks, right? Meme coins like Doge. And don't get me wrong, you can probably make a lot of money, or lose a lot of money depending when you buy. And obviously Dogecoin could continue up, but if you think that buying the all-time high of anything is like that's the move, you must be new here. So if you want my input, I'm not buying Doge. If it dips and it seems like it's gonna pump again huge, maybe, I do this all day every day. So maybe I'll try to get back in on the party, right, at a right time. But I'm not interested in buying tops. I'd rather miss out on some potential gains than lose my money. When it comes to this, I mean, obviously, like that sounds like, why would you ever do this then? But basically, it's the risk versus reward for me just isn't there. But you guys do whatever you want to do. But don't fault people for not buying Dogecoin who actually know about Dogecoin, and that, like, from a fundamental point of view, it's flawed, to put it simply. But I still think Doge is fun. I mean, I have a Shiba Inu. I mean, like, Dogecoin is like made for me. I had a Shiba before I even knew about Doge. Like, my destiny is like Dogecoin, right? Wow. Craig thinks I'm a moron because I'm stuck on imaginary borders. Good old American. Screw you, dude. Man, anyone who makes fun of people on the internet and like they feel better about themselves, you're a loser. Okay? You're the actual loser. If your goal should be value creation, how to bring other people up or just keep to yourself. If you got to put other people down on the internet, I mean, you're a total loser. If obviously it's fine to have an opinion or think out against things, but you want to make derogatory comments towards me or other people, you're a loser. It's crazy that the crypto, this is another random indicator. You want another random indicator from me is that we are not at like parabolic crypto bull run because people are just not simply like euphoric. Okay? Because at that level, it's euphoria. People are so excited, happy, unreal. I'm quitting my job to go crypto. And not just like there was a good opportunity. Like they made so much money buying random coins that they made so much money buying random coins that they're like, yo, quit my job. I'm just gonna, I'm a crypto guy now. So we're not there yet. There's still a lot of skepticism. People think that they're trying to like call the top when it comes to crypto. Bruh, this ain't the top. Sure, Bitcoin has hit an all-time high and it's come down, about 25% from there. I'm very confident we'll be going up. I think Bitcoin is very expensive for what it is. In And I say that because I've seen it to be able to be purchased so much cheaper for so much longer. So how can I pass up Bitcoin? Not that I passed it up, but how can I ignore, I shouldn't say ignore. I had all this opportunity to buy Bitcoin, and I did buy some. And then why would I pile on at 30 grand? The market sentiments do change. Like, I did expand my Ethereum position drastically between like $400 and like $1,000 a coin. And that's because the market sentiment has rapidly changed. And I didn't make the video about Ethereum going to $2,000 to try to pump my bags. Okay. Fundamentally, you look at all these numbers and all-time highs and what Bitcoin's doing and what the market's doing, general sentiment, and especially all the decentralized finance DeFi going on. I mean, it's all pointing to impending huge price increase. It could be trading at 3 grand right now, and that wouldn't be unreasonable. I still think it's personally undervalued with its current use in this market and all of the projects that are built on it. Even just in the decentralized finance DeFi sector, new tokens are launched daily. Okay? Very many coins cannot say that. We've got tokens launching on Ethereum that are launching more tokens on top of Ethereum that have tokens associated with that. When we're talking token cubed. That's not really the right example, but we're going so deep in here. And then how can you not think that's so incredibly valuable? But I digress. I could talk about this stuff literally all day. This has been a pretty long stream, so I'll go ahead and close it out here. Take a couple more questions. Last call. Questions, and then we're gonna go round out the stream. We've had 1,000 viewers pretty much this whole stream, which is super freaking cool. If you are watching right now, please hit the thumbs up, especially before you get off. We're almost at actually 1,000 likes. It would be super cool if we can get this to 1,000 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Help me get there. So there's a question right there. What price would I start taking ETH profits? To be honest, I've made some trades where basically I kind of end up in what I consider like expensive Ethereum to me. So I would be looking, it depends on the market and if there's a project I want to expand my position on and so forth. But say like Ethereum goes to like 2.5, I would be looking to roll a chunk of it into other coins I think are going to do well. I might take a little bit of profit at let's say like 3,000, but people are calling for like crazy numbers like $10,000. That's not something I want to ignore. Like if people are going to send Ethereum to $10,000 a coin, I want to make sure I've got some because that's wild. And again, I made this example in the last stream, but when we have people start moving into tree houses based off their crypto profits, that's how we're getting towards the top. We should be looking to take profits. So Crypto Man, let's talk about that. Crypto Man 5000 says he wouldn't sell Ethereum. He thinks I'm soft if I sell at $2,500 when it could value at $100,000 per coin. And I've appreciated you being in the chat today, Crypto Man. And I'm not here to this is just simply my reply. Not meant to be confrontational or anything like that. But for me personally, I this doesn't sound the best, but having been through a full bull and bear cycle in crypto, and I'm not saying I'm the most tenured dude ever, to be clear. I am looking to sell the top because the prices will come crashing down at some point temporarily. And I want to 10x my position and still have just a bunch of cash left over. That's the dream, right? I don't I'm not happy about a single coin that I held from the previous bull run to now. I if I would have sold at almost like any point, I would have been able to expand my position and have some cash left over. My biggest regrets were not taking profits. And you don't even have to turn it into like dollars and put it in your bank account and earn your little 0.5%. You could turn it into a stable coin. There's programs. Um, there's programs that we've talked about. I'm not even gonna name drop one right now. 8.6% interest on your stable coins or more, and pretty, as far as crypto goes, safe, secure stuff. I mean, sure, it's not FDIC insured, but yeah. When have you ever even need to use FDIC insurance? I mean, that sort of sounds bad. Like, it's like, why wouldn't you want an insurance if possible? But you know what I mean, if that makes sense. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, a bank blew up the other day. My cousin had to use his FDIC. Man, it's a good thing he was in a bank and not in that crypto account with cold storage, making like 10% instead of like a good thing he made 0.5%. Enjoy your percents, buddies. Hey, Crypto Man, I know I wasn't taking it like real offensively either, and so you don't have to apologize for saying soft. I'm not that sensitive, all right. One of the questions is, when do I stream? That's actually been one of my goals. Is I want to start streaming regularly, especially in this market. There's so much stuff going on. There's so much stuff to cover. Things that like I can't keep up when I shoot a video, edit the video or have it edited, and then write all the stuff and get it posted. This was like click, let's go. And so I want to start streaming. I'm not sure on a schedule. I'm trying to figure out a schedule that like I would personally enjoy, be able to bring good information, fresh stuff, but also not burn myself out. I'm really on the verge of burning out right now. It's just this pace is insane. Like I'm stressed out. Like I'm having a blast. I'm having a lot of fun. Things are going well. The coins I've bought have been doing well. The channel's doing well. Like everything, like from that point of view, is doing well. But like it's so much, the pressure, the stress, trying to buy the right coins at the right prices, making good content, all that stuff. Like I've got like this like stress pain like shooting through my head right here right now. But I don't want to sound weak either. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to disappear. And I have competitors here on Crypto YouTube, and I want to beat them. Simple as that. I want to win. Anything. Everybody wants to win, right? No one's like, I can't wait to be a loser. No. So we got all these geniuses in the chat saying pump Doge. Good luck. I say that though. Look at this. Since I've been talking, Doge just continues to climb and climb and climb. It's about to hit an all-time high. It's about to hit a position, like basically this is where I sold. So it's about to hit where I sold. Anyway, so again, I don't know. Dogecoin, I'd be astonished if Dogecoin goes to $1. But at this point, don't underestimate wallstreetbets. I don't think it'll go to $1. A wild pump is, they send it to 1 or 10 cents. And so, yeah, I saw a comment saying that, I'm blessed, not stressed to have 191,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And I'm absolutely fortunate, and it's awesome. I appreciate all you guys who subscribe. I appreciate everyone who hits a thumbs up. We're so close to 1,000. Hit the thumbs up. Come on. And so I'm not trying to come off the wrong way there by any means, but don't think that a lot of work didn't go into this either. I put over 4,000 hours into VoskCoin in 2020. I don't like the term luck really. you get where you want to go by working hard and working smart. It's a combination. You put the hours in and focus on being innovative and creative, and you get where you want to go. Whether that's you want to build a YouTube channel, you want to buy the right coins, whatever. So, and that's really like the biggest thing is just, whatever you want to do, just put your heart into it, and you'll do well. I saw another comment here about a pool of USDC and Doge. You're just going to end up with a bunch of USDC if they keep pumping it due to impermanent loss, because it balances 50-50 most likely. And with that, so if Doge goes up in value, then your Dogecoin will go down and your USD will go up to compensate for that equal pairing. But basically, in closing remarks here, one, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Seriously, you're all awesome. The stream's almost gone for like 2 freaking hours. I appreciate, seriously, everyone who subscribes. I appreciate the 982 people who hit the thumbs up. 983. Come on, make it 1,000 before I close off this video. I also appreciate all you guys who have made donations. I take money serious. I know we all work hard for it, and if you throw a couple bucks our way in a donation, that's cool. So creativity from the future, I appreciate it, and it's super cool to hear that my channel is what brought you into cryptocurrency, and that was such a key core aspect of like why I started this channel, was just trying to. I fell in love with crypto and I wanted to share why. And I feel bad for like the people that don't even know about cryptocurrency. I wish I had some friend that I trusted that just dragged me into it years ago. Still in like my outside of friends I've made through crypto, just like my older friends, my non-crypto friends, right? Almost none of them are into cryptocurrency. And if they are, maybe the most likely the extent is buying like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Doge on Robinhood, of course, trash app, or they send it on Coinbase. That's where they just they buy the easiest stuff, big stuff. And so if you don't have a friend, I hope I can be your friend in cryptocurrency and you stick with me in the journey. But, it's not just about me either. I've been fortunate that an awesome community has sprung up around VoskCoin, our Discord server, a bunch of awesome people in there. We are now, going to start being active with our Telegram group. Over 500 people joined our Telegram group yesterday. That's super cool, exciting, and crazy. Obviously, we have VoskCoin Talk, the best cryptocurrency forum in the world ever, and it's way better than Bitcoin Talk. But yeah, my point is, jump in, join the party, connect with not only me but the community, because we have the smartest community in cryptocurrency. Period. Okay, done. I'll put that on the record. So with that, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the stream, and I hope you guys all have a great day. And I'll see you on the next one.